Committee on Naga political issue led by Chief Minister Nltv set to meet with Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Wednesday. Earlier, Core Committee also held separate meetings with interlocutor for Naga peace talks A.K. Mishra and leaders of the Working Committee of the NNPGs in Delhi on Tuesday. Amidst high hopes and realities of Naga peace talks, the Nikki Sumi-led NSCN-K faction held a coordination committee meeting with a delegation of Dimapur-based Southern Naga civil society organizations. During the meeting, Nikki Sumi calls on no solution likely unless Nagas united for one common goal, irrespective of boundary demarcation. Rising People's Party challenges UDA coalition comprising of NDPP, BJP, and PF and the lone independent MLA for a debate on unabated and brazen corruption in the state over the years. RPP points out that debate challenge is not specifically for NDPP but for all the UDA coalition partners. A Bolero pickup truck carrying stones from Ta River meets with an accident at Tobu Wangshu Road. Two on board suffered severe injuries allegedly due to be under influence of alcohol. The death toll in Assam reaches 8 while more than 4 lakh people affected till Tuesday as flood continues to wreak havoc in the state. As per the latest Assam State Disaster Management Authority, at least 4,03,352 remain flood affected, while 39,558, including 3,749 children, are lodged across 178 relief camps set up in the state. Hello viewers, I'm Rinki Gogoi and you're watching Nagaland TV News Now. Let's see more of the news in details. The Core Committee on Naga political issue led by Chief Minister Nltv will be holding a meeting with Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Wednesday and is set to return to Nagaland on Thursday. According to sources, the Core Committee comprising of Chief Minister Nltv, Deputy Chief Minister Y. Paton, UDA Chairperson T.R. Zeliang and UDA Co-Chairman and NPF Legislature Party Leader Kuzoluzo Nino also held separate meetings with the Centre's representative for Naga talks A.K. Mishra and leaders of the Working Committee of the NNPGs in Delhi on Tuesday. However, no information could be divulged as the core committee members who were currently in Delhi remained tight-lipped about their meeting with Mishra and the NNPGs. Notably, both the meetings were held for over an hour. Reportedly, the committee will also be holding meeting with the NSC and IM leadership after they return from Delhi. Meanwhile, it was also learned that the core committee members would also be meeting Assam Chief Minister Hemanto Biswa Sarma. Amidst the high hopes and realities of the Naga peace talks, the Nikki Sumi-led NSC and GPRNK held a coordination meeting with a delegation of Dimapur-based Southern Naga civil society organizations comprising of Southern Naga Union, Pumai Hoho, Tangkul Naga Long, Mao Naga Union, Maram Naga Union, Lamkang Naga Union, Maring Naga Union, Moyo Naga Union, Tangal Naga Union and Enal Naga Union at the Ato Kilongsar office on Monday. According to Ministry of Information and Publicity, NSC and GPRN President Nikki Sumi in his speech stressed on unity among the Nagas to achieve any goal. Reportedly, Nikki also gave a clarion call to all the Naga tribal leaders to be more committed and active in uniting all the Naga political groups and the people at large, as no solution was likely to be achieved unless Nagas united for one common goal irrespective of boundary demarcation. Meanwhile, Ato Kilonsar Starson Lamkang appreciated the positive response from the Southern Naga CSOs. Starson also added that the Nagas must do away with ego and work together in their own interest. It may be mentioned that the meeting was chaired by GPRN Secretary Inovi Naga and commenced with an invocation prayer by Nihoku Sumi Kilonser of PR and NGOs, while Speaker of National Tatar Hoho Monbeno Changlao proposed the vote of thanks. After demanding President's rule in Nagaland, the Rising People's Party has outrightly challenged the UDA coalition comprising of NDPP, BJP, NPF and the lone independent MLA for a debate on the unabated and brazen corruption in the state over the years. The RPP issued a press release on May 18, wherein it stated that only the NDPP has responded to its demand for PR in the state. Therefore, the party has pointed out clearly that the debate challenge is not specifically for NDPP but for all the UDA coalition partners, at the same time adding that it would save everyone the time and the hassle of organizing a debate. Meanwhile, the party also added that it had already identified the moderator for the debate and only the date and the setting need to be settled. Therefore, the RPP requested the coalition partners to kindly get in touch with it without any delay. It further added that the delay causes all kinds of unwarranted speculations and that in everyone's interest, the coalition government were directed to answer either with a yes or a no. The Deputy Commissioner of Mount Tawazalin K has clarified his stand on the controversy surrounding government funds being misused under Nltv scam in Longzang village. The DC has clarified that he is not neglecting the issues raised by a section of people of the Longzang village on the accusations of releasing the fund that was asked to put on hold by the Longzang village following alleged misutilization of an amount of rupees 4 crores 79 lakhs. The DC clarified that on 3rd February 2021, he issued an order to all the HODs not to release any development fund routed through the BDB Secretary of Longzang village except for rice scheme till further notice. But on 4th of October 2021, the Block Development Officer of Pomching, K. Yamao Konyak, requested to release funds or make alternative arrangements, stating that the whole block is suffering and also hampering the developmental process of Longzang and the entire block. To this, the DC again allowed to release funds towards the end of March 2022. Also on the point of Longzang village stating of sending a letter to the DC on the anomalies, DC claimed that he did not receive any such letter, neither did the public approach him. However, he said that on August 2021, the complainants gave the administration a letter stating that they were not happy with the selected village council members and they wanted to be represented in the village council as well. Accordingly, the administration ensured that 7 out of 14 members in the village council are from the complainants' side to ensure equal representation for the complainants so that they can check out on the work that is being carried out by the village council or the VDB. As of now, the governor has set up an inquiry committee to check on the misuse of the funds. A Bolero pickup of truck carrying stones from Tiye River met with an accident at Tobu Wangshu Road on Tuesday evening at around 9 p.m. Reportedly, it is a case of drink and drive whereby the youth on board the vehicle have been suffering severe injuries. It may be mentioned that the pickup of truck belongs to Kaoshe Sema.
400-500 feet เลยถึงบอกว่าดูนั่นแหละโลหรือบ่โลดะรู้ลุงกูอยากจันจะว่าดะจันจะบ่รู้ว่า kring men yang anan.
Bini da
Yo ni ula ning ba ya yo na. Ni me gar ya ba.
ko na ta.
Ning ba ni bi me da ning ni mi me de ya.
Yang ka hai bu ji ka ba ta. Ni ma jau so sa. La
Aur le sat ani du.
cha lo tak bu
A Bolero pickup of truck carrying stones from Ti River met with an accident at Tobu Wangshu Road on Tuesday evening at around 9 p.m. Reportedly, it is a case of drink and drive whereby two youths on board the vehicle have suffered severe injuries. It may be mentioned that the pickup truck belongs to Kaoshe Sema.
400-500 feet the light mo.
Nan la
Low the ball.
Low da.
Deputy Commissioner of Dimapur Rajesh Sondra Rajan on Tuesday launched the online registration of birth and death at DC's conference hall in Dimapur. Furthermore, Sondra Rajan, while addressing the gathering, acknowledged the achievements of the Economic and the Statistics departments and called for generating public awareness about the online registration program and specifically in maintaining singular name during registration. He further urged the hospital authorities and the CMOs to coordinate with the DESO Dimapur for proper and authenticate registration. Meanwhile, Chairperson R. Akang, Joint Director and DESO Dimapur, informed that people can register online within 21 days for both birth and death information. General Secretary of Nagaland Congress, G.K. Zimomi, has requested and expressed concern over the roadblock along the Dimapur-Kohima highway caused by the carelessness and the negligence of the drivers. The GS on Tuesday took down to Twitter and cited that the presence of heavy earth movers along the Dimapur-Kohima highway are enough to clear the landslide debris within an hour. He also added that, however, it takes 5 to 6 hours to clear the traffic jam caused by the stupidity of drivers who occupy every possible lane, giving no space to vehicles coming from the opposite direction. Therefore, all the commuters of the highway are called upon to be vigilant and careful, keeping in mind the convenience and safety of all. The Deputy Commissioner of Kohima, Grigory Tejawele, on Tuesday went on to inspect the landslide area at Peducha along with area administrative officers SDO, Sechu, Zubza, Tiangner, and along with the other administrative officers and NHIDCL officials. Notably, the team inspected the location where traffic movement was affected, caused by the heavy loaded Manipur-bound truck which got stranded in the debris brought down by the incessant rain in the past few days. Furthermore, the DC instructed the NHIDCL officials to clear up the debris and loose soil without any delay for the smooth flow of the traffic movement, for which the NHIDCL gave the assurance to clear up the debris in a 2 days' time. In view of the incessant rain that continues to batter the entire state of Nagaland, Deputy Commissioner of Newland Ajit Kumar Verma has issued a public advisory for the people living in the district. Meanwhile, as per the weather forecast reports received from Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority, Verma informed that the district is likely to experience inundated water logging, flash floods and rising water levels in the rivers and streams in the hill sector. Furthermore, in order to avoid any eventualities arising from exposure to lightning or flash floods, the DC advised to refrain from venturing into rivers and riverbanks for picnic, fishing and other water-related activities or shelter under large trees. The advisory also mentioned that riverbanks should be strictly monitored by the village disaster management authorities or the villa councils or the head GBs or the ward authorities in case of non-complainants, and if any may be reported to the office through EAC within a given number 7085 949791. In a move to stop online fraud, Nagaland Police has issued an advisory on prevention of the online and the mobile-based frauds. The police, through a press release, mentioned that it has come to their notice that fraudsters are impersonating the political executives or the senior government officials, including police of Nagaland, in WhatsApp and contacting officials or people known to them asking for assistance. Furthermore, Nagaland Police mentioned that they would like to reiterate that one should not give or make any financial transactions to other people without ascertaining their identity. Now, amidst the news of suspected African swine flu detected in Nagaland, pictures of carcasses of pigs in Tansiri River behind Dimapur Airport have surfaced and led to speculations of a possible outbreak of the disease. Although a source of the two carcasses is yet to be ascertained. On the other hand, according to the government of Nagaland's veterinary department, African swine flu is suspected to be in Longlang district and not possibly in Dimapur district. Hence, accordingly, the department have taken samples in Longlang and sent to Guwahati laboratory, and as the results are awaited. However, as per the pictures, it contrasts with the claim of the veterinary department. MLA Muting Yuba Sangtam on Tuesday chaired the Twensang District Planning and Development Board meeting at DC's Conference Hall in Twensang. During the meeting, the board discussed on setting up of Rural Self-Employment Training Institute, while they also recommended the construction of a new office building and official headquarters of the District Employment Office. Furthermore, the board also decided to collect free well contributions during the next meeting for SAO Chang College and also for Twensang for the basic needs at the college. Meanwhile, the Deputy Commissioner of Twensang, Kumar Ramnikant, urged the PWD department to monitor the ongoing road construction of National Highway 202 and also asked them to present the report at the next meeting. Nagaland Board of School Education, through a notification, has yet again notified the heads of the registered institutions to conduct a midterm examination from June 8 to 18. NBSE further said that the exams should be conducted for the full 80 marks and not in a phased manner. The board further said that this is to enable the schools to assess the learning outcomes of the students in a proper way. Meanwhile, it also stated that the final examinations will be conducted in two phases, whereby the first phase will be conducted in September 2022, while the second phase will be conducted in December 2022 as notified earlier. It is also to be reminded that all the schools to check the academic calendar and read notifications issued by the board from time to time, and also ask the schools to read the booklet on management of examinations and assessment guidelines and acquaint themselves with the rules or the guidelines for the conduct of school-based examinations. The newly appointed DPDB chairman MLA Kenijako Nakro on Tuesday chaired the monthly District Planning and Development Board meeting of Kohima at the DPDB's conference hall. Furthermore, Nakro, while addressing the members, expressed his gratitude to the Chief Minister of Nagaland, Nltv, for assigning him to the task to be the new DPDB chairman, and also thanked the members for accepting his appointment. Meanwhile, Advisor Technical Education and Elections, the former DPDB chairman, Meadow Yoka, congratulated Nakro and wished him the best in addressing the social and the public issues and carrying out the government policies at the grassroots levels. During the meeting, the members of the board also deliberated on the agenda of opening a new school named Asian Christian School at Chanmari in Kohima. The board also discussed on recognition and upgradation of the 10th NAPIR at Jadima and decided to recommend the matter to the government for further necessary. Advisor School Education and SCERT KT Shukalo on Tuesday donated 40 oxygen concentrators to different hospitals in Zunheboto district. Notably, Shukalo donated 10 oxygen concentrators each to the district hospital, Zunheboto, PHC Agunato, CHC Sataka and Roshil Hospital in Zunheboto. The Supreme Court on Wednesday ordered the release of A.G. Piravelian, one of the life convicts in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, after 31 years. Piravelian was 19 years old when he was arrested on June 11, 1991. Notably, Piravelian was accused of having bought two 9-volt golden power battery cells for Liberation Tigers of Tamil Elam man Sivarasan, who masterminded the conspiracy. The batteries were used in the bomb that killed Rajiv Gandhi on May 21, 1991. It may be noted that the Supreme Court bench invoked special powers under Article 142 of the Indian Constitution for his release. The bench held that governor's lack of decision in Piravelian's pardon plea validated his release under Article 161. The Delhi government has sought a detailed report from the BJP-ruled civic bodies on the demolition drives being conducted by them across the city since April 1. Notably, this comes days after a series of anti-encroachment drives were conducted by the three civic bodies in different parts of the city, including Shaheen Bagh, Jahangir Puri, Madanpur, Khadar, New Friends Colony, Mangol Puri, Rohini, Gokul Puri, Lodi Colony, Janakpuri, amongst others. Furthermore, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal had on Monday held a meeting with all the Aam Aadmi Party MLAs at his residence and asked them to oppose such demolition drives of the BJP-ruled municipalities. Meanwhile, Kejriwal also claimed that the demolition drives in Delhi will render 63 lakhs people homeless and that it will be the biggest destructions in independent India, and further accused the BJP of misusing its powers. In the case of Sheena Bora's murder, the Supreme Court on Wednesday granted bail to the accused Indrani Mukherjee. The court ordered Indrani to be released on bail subject to all those conditions on which the other accused, Peter Mukherjee, has granted bail. After the CBI court had denied her bail on multiple occasions, Indrani Mukherjee had moved her bail plea to the Supreme Court in February. The CBI had opposed her bail plea on March in the Supreme Court. In Indrani's Mukherjee is accused of planning and killing her own daughter. However, the Supreme Court bench noted that the case is based on circumstantial evidence, and even if 50% of the witnesses are given up by the prosecution, the trial will go on. Reportedly, Indrani Mukherjee was arrested in 2015 in connection with the kidnapping and murder of her daughter Sheena Bora, which took place in 2012. Indrani's driver, who was arrested in connection with another case, confessed to have murdered Sheena Bora along with Indrani Mukherjee and Indrani's second husband Sanjeev Khanna. As the farmers' agitation near Chandigarh-Mohali border continued on Wednesday, Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann called the protest unwarranted and undesirable. Notably, Punjab farmers were stopped from heading to the state's capital while they were on their way to raise various demands, including a bonus on wheat on being stopped. The farmers set on a protest near the Chandigarh-Mohali border on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Mann urged the farmers to stop mere sloganeering and join hands with the state government for checking the depleting water table in Punjab. Furthermore, Mann remarked that he is ready to meet them and assured to fix all the farmers' issues. Gujarat Congress Committee Working President Hardik Patel on Wednesday resigned from party. Patel took down to Twitter and announced his resignation and further hoped that his colleagues and people of Gujarat would welcome his decision. Notably, Patel has recently expressed discontentment with the state party leadership, upon which the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi reached out to Patel to sort out the differences in the party unit ahead of the state assembly polls. It may be mentioned that speculations are going on regarding Patel joining BJP after he lauded BJP government for revoking Article 370 and the construction of Ram Mandir. A total of 9 New Delhi High Court judges took oath on office on Wednesday, taking the total strength of the court to 44. Notably, the acting Chief Justice Vipin Sanghi administered the oath of office to Justices Tara Vitasta Ganju, Mini Pushkarna, Vikas Mahajan, Tushar Rao Gedela, Manmeet Pritam Singh Arora, Sachin Datta, Amit Mahajan, Gaurang Kant and Saurav Banerjee. It is to be mentioned that the swearing-in ceremony took place in the Court of Chief Justice in the presence of other High Court judges, lawyers and family members of the newly sworn-in judges. The Telangana High Court has approved Supreme Court Collegium's recommendation of Justice Ujjal Bhuya for the position of Chief Justice of Telangana High Court. The Supreme Court Collegium on Tuesday convened to elevate a senior judge, Justice Bhuya in Telangana HC, as the new Chief Justice. Notably, Ujjal Bhuya is a native of Assam and the son of former Advocate General Suchendranath Bhuya. Ujjal Bhuya was appointed as additional judge of Guwahati High Court on October 17, 2011 and confirmed on March 20, 2013. Justice Bhuya did his schooling in Guwahati and graduated from Delhi's Kirori Mal College. He later went back to Guwahati for pursuing LLB and LLM courses from Guwahati University. After enrolling with the Bar Council of Assam, he started his practice at the Guwahati High Court. Furthermore, the current Chief Justice of Telangana, H.C. Satish Chandra Sharma, has been transferred to Delhi High Court as his Chief Justice. The decision of elevating Justice Ujjal Bhuya as the Chief Justice of Telangana High Court will come into effect upon a notification by the sender after obtaining assent from President Ramnath Kovind. The Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited has extended the last date to apply for the 3,614 apprentice posts under the Apprentice Act 1961. According to the latest notice issued by the ONGC, aspiring and eligible candidates can apply online through the official website of ONGC at ongcindia.com till May 22. Through this recruitment drive, the ONGC will fill a total of 3,614 posts in the organizations, including 209 in the northern sector, 305 in the Mumbai sector, and 1,434 in the western sector. 744 in the eastern sector, 694 in the southern sector, and 228 in the central sector. Meanwhile, interested candidates can check the application process, educational qualifications, experience selections criteria, and other details at their official website. India on Tuesday announced the appointment of Naveen Srivastava as the next ambassador to Nepal. Srivastava is currently serving as the additional secretary in the External Affairs Ministry. Notably, Srivastava played a key role in diplomatic and military talks with China to tackle the military standoff on line of actual control. It may be mentioned that Naveen is expected to take up his new assignment very shortly. Keeping in view of the outbreak of African swine fever, the notice issued by the Office of Longlang Deputy Commissioner on May 13 has categorized certain affected areas into two zones. The zones have been categorized as infected zone and surveillance zone. The infected zone includes Tangha and Amosen, while surveillance zone include Yongshe, Yunza, Qingtok, Yongnya, Yontan, Eskomp, Shemshangqing and Qingzhong. After he has also issued certain restrictions within immediate effect until further notice: ban on slaughter and sale of pigs in both infected and surveillance zone, ban on import and export of pigs or piglets in both the infected and the surveillance zone, and ban on transportation of pigs or piglets in the infected zone. He further expressed that anyone found in contravention of the order will be liable to be prosecuted under the relevant provisions of the law. Meanwhile, the DC also stated that African swine fever is a highly contagious viral disease of the domestic and wild pigs, requiring early control and containment of its spread. Under the Prevention and Control of Infectious and Contagious Disease in Animal Act 2009. Outbreak of African swine fever, the notice issued by the Office of Longlang Deputy Commissioner on May 13 has categorized certain affected areas in two zones. The zones have been categorized as infected zone and surveillance zone. The infected zone includes Tangha and Amosen, while the surveillance zone includes Yongshe, Yunza, Qingtok, Yongna, Yontan Eskomb, Shemshangqing and Qinggong. Furthermore, he also assured certain restrictions within immediate effect until the further notice. Ban on slaughter and sale of pigs in both the infected and the surveillance zone has been implied. A ban on import and export of the pigs or the piglets in both the infected and the surveillance zone, and ban on transportation of pigs or piglets in the infected zone have also been implied. He further expressed that anyone found in contravention of the order will be liable to be prosecuted under the relevant provisions of the law. Meanwhile, the DC also stated that the African swine fever is a highly contagious viral disease of domestic and wild pigs requiring early control and containment of its spread. Under the Prevention and Control of Infectious and Contagious Disease in Animals Act 2009. Thank you, viewers. That's all from News Now. For more updates, keep watching Nltv. So Manulagawas.
अरे तूने अभी तक कुछ किया ही नहीं।
अरे ये तो लो क्वालिटी टंकी है।
होशियारी मत दिखाओ, दुकानदार ने 5 साल की गारंटी दी है।
अरे 5 साल छोड़िए, इसका पानी पियेंगे ना तो बहुत जल्दी हम लोग पहुंचेंगे। अंदर का सरफेस प्लेन, स्मूथ और प्योर व्हाइट भी नहीं है। आप एक काम क्यों नहीं करते, निप्को ताज का एक टंकी लगा लीजिए।
लेक्चर बंद करो, लगाओ।